Welcome back to Gains and Grind, where we don't just lift weights, we lift standards. Every rep has a reason, and every drip of sweat is part of the mission. Now let's chase progress, not perfection. You ready? Let's grind. All right, y'all. Y'all know how it goes. We're gonna start it off with some back workout, assisted pull-ups. We're gonna do 12 reps with help of 105 pounds. So I have some counterweight against what I'm trying to lift because I'm still not, there yet to do some pull-ups on my own where I can do them consecutively this many. So I use this machine to help me get there. And I'm gonna do 5 sets. Let's go. Now, moving on to a superset, starting off with a barbell curl. Yeah, you gotta get those barbell curls right, especially if you try and get your buys pumped up. So I'm gonna smack about 5 reps of 50 pounds. And then we're going to superset over to the next thing we're doing as well, which is palms up barbell wrist curl. Now, I also decided to focus on forearms instead of traps this time, just so I can switch around and keep all my muscles active. Now we're moving on to that forearm workout. Now this one was a little complicated since I didn't have a proper area to really do what I wanted to do. But you know what, that ain't stopping me. As you can see, I'll use my knees if I got to create a ledge where I can start popping up this barbell. So my whole focus is making sure that I extend that wrist down as much as possible and then pop that wrist up as far as possible with the barbell in both hands. So, guide it up, make sure you squeeze down as much as you can so you get the right, flex in there. Yeah, it was tough. That's why I made sure y'all couldn't see my face because I was definitely going crazy, boy. But anyway, move on to the next, you feel me? Yes, now another back workout. We gonna go crazy with this hammer strength high rows. Now, this is considered like a max effort situation. So what we gonna do is 8 reps at 45 on the first set. We gonna hit 8 reps at 55 on the next set. And then for the next 2 sets, we're just trying to get above 8 as far as we can go. And then we're gonna do those 2 sets at 65 pounds. So this is gonna be a little tough workout. It's almost like going to failure for me, but I always stop at least 1 or 2 reps before failure, just so that I can continue to have a really great workout for the rest of the day, because I still had half a workout after this. So yeah, but as you can see, progressively I loaded my weight. Now we're at 55 right here. And I'm still keeping the same form. I'm keeping my chest against the machine. I'm focusing on pulling down at the same time. I mean, you guys could go ISO if you want, which, do one arm at a time if you like. But my focus today was just to go ahead and get these pulls in with the rows. And again, focus on both arms at one time, not just one. So anyway, everybody's workout is different. This is how I'm going for mine. And now we're starting off the next part of the sets, where it's gonna be 8+ here at 65 pounds. Now, that's tough. That's tough. It was definitely tough. But you know what? Mindset is never quit. Keep going. And even when you think you can't go no further, still try again, because that's where you really start to make the build, is when you feel I shook my head because I felt like I couldn't go no more, but I still had more in me. And I literally kept going till I wasn't pulling the bars down all the way back, because at that point, you're not getting full reps in. It's not worth it. So take your break and move on to the next one. But last set, I did 18. This set, low-key, I was a little burnt from the first one, so I didn't get all the way up to 18, but I still got over 8, so that's the main thing. I think I did 13 right here, but anywho, we still doing what we gotta do, because we got a beast in the gym, baby. Ain't nobody gonna do it like you, so you gotta motivate yourself like this. Sometimes you gotta close your eyes and just think to yourself, like, don't stop, you feel me? That's what I do. I don't know about y'all, but that's how we keep pushing. That's how I keep myself motivated, because ain't nobody else around right there. As you can see, I ain't got no hype man in my corner like, hey, keep going. Nah, you gotta be your hype man all day, baby. Now we moving on to the biceps. Now check this out. I didn't do this ever before, but once I saw a few people doing it in the gym, I said, you know what, let me see what's to it. And it's a little resistant training because it's cable. So I said, all right, let's check it out. Keep my muscles under tension, and it actually felt really great to do this workout. So we're gonna go ahead and do these cable rope hammer curls, 12 reps, 22.5 pounds. Now, moving on to another forearm workout. As you can see, this is palms down this time. And I had to go with dumbbells because the weight I was looking for actually got taken right before I could grab it off the barbell. So you could always substitute for dumbbells. Actually, it was a lot easier since I needed to work like this anyway, since there wasn't a place to really do those. But smack those, and now we're on to the next one. Getting the lower back right, baby. Yeah, when you're doing back day, do all of your back if you can. Don't just do like the lats. Try to focus on traps and lower back. But I did lower back today. We did some incline back extensions. Now 8 reps at 17.5. That's what you see in my hand on that dumbbell. Then we move on to the next dumbbell, which is gonna be again another 8 reps at 20 pounds. And then the last 2 sets, again, this is another max effort day. So we're going for 8+ reps on the next 2 sets at 25 pounds, baby. You gotta go crazy. I mean, like I said, sometimes you gotta push yourself with progressive, overload. Try to get your body ready for more weight as you continuously bring it up from littler sets and less weight with the same amount of reps. But then you progressively add on the weight to make it so that your body's getting used to that weight. Now, I don't know the science behind it, but I tell you it works. It's worked for me, and I seen it work for a lot of people. So I'm stealing game, baby, and sharing it with everybody else. You feel me? Now, these are the next 2 hardest parts. As you can see, I'm holding the 25-pound weight bell. Or as you can see, As you can see, I'm holding on to the 25 right now. And hey, don't steal my move, baby. That was slick right there. But yeah, I had to do it. We getting in. Last set, I think I did 15 reps. This one, we doing 12, baby. I try to go as far as I can every time without going to failure, because if I go to failure, it might ruin the next set. You might not get as many reps. So that's cool. Get a break and get back to it. Now, we're getting really close to the end of the workout. So I decided to do these lower back stretches in a way. It's also a workout as long as you do the reps with a pause. I try to pause as well as I could, but again, it's been so long that I worked on my lower back, I couldn't pause every time. So we did 10 reps of this for 3 sets, baby. And as you can see, oh man, closer to the end, I was struggling. It wouldn't go, my legs weren't going all the way up like they were at first. But that's what we're doing, baby. We're chasing progress, not perfection, baby. We'll get there. Don't worry about now. It's about the steps to there. Now, I normally never row, but I said, let's see what's to it. We gonna row today, baby. We're gonna go for about 12 minutes. And I actually went 4 meters, which ain't bad. But I also was a little overburnt from my lower back and my arms at the same time, because all the muscles that I worked on today get touched in this workout as well. So man, my body was cooked afterwards, but it was all worth it in the end of the day, baby. You know how it be. You gotta keep pushing, you gotta keep grinding, getting yourself to the next level. I mean, oops, forgot to put on a timer. I was gonna go up to my phone and do it, but then I was like, I'm recording. So now let me do it on my watch real quick. You feel me? That's how you do it out here, baby. You improvise. So you gotta keep your mind sharp so that at any moment you ready to do the next move. Bustle. No, but low key, yeah, we pumping out these rows. And it was a decent workout. I'm telling you, I felt it in my biceps, my legs, everything is cooking right now. And I already did a lot. So anyway, I don't know about y'all. I do about hour and a half workouts now. It might increase a little bit here and there because I might start adding in some more stretches and things of that nature, because you need to stretch your muscles and get them right for, especially when you're doing crazy workout days like I did today. But nevertheless, appreciate what y'all been doing, following the progress. I need y'all to still go ahead and do what you do though. I need y'all to like, comment, and share. Make sure y'all go ahead and, help out the boy. We out here grinding. I hope I'm doing something for y'all too. Hopefully anybody out there struggling with getting back in the gym sees this and be like, you know what, man? If he can do it, so can I, bro. So we gonna call it like that today, y'all. This is the end, and ain't no problem with it being the end, baby, because there's more to come. But just remember, man, y'all need to be patient with yourself and stay healthy. Y'all stay smooth, and it's another one from Tycoon. Let go.